class, welcome back. Today we are going to start with new chapter, that is periodic classification of elements. This is most interesting chapter of the chemistry, that is how the elements were classified. What is the periodic table we are talking about? Now the first thing is, what is the importance of classification? Why classify? What is the meaning of to classify? Classify means grouping according to their similarities or differences. Clear? Last year in 9th class we have studied about the chapter diversity, in which we have classified plants and animals. We have grouped them, Monera, Protista, that is according to the characteristic feature. We have grouped those organisms according to their features. Same here students, in chemistry, the elements when started discovering, elements kept on coming with their physical and chemical properties, and it was very difficult to study each and every chemical and physical properties of the different elements. Besides, so many properties are there. So classifying, that means we have started, the scientists have started grouping those elements so that it could be easier or systematic study could be done. So why classification is important? To make the study, yes, easier and systematic. One more question. Yes. Now next is, so many scientists were there in advanced classes, you'll come to know, but according to your 10th class, there are 4 scientists which we are talking about, who helped to, yes, form the periodic table. And how they have started and where they ended, that is the miraculous study and very important story. The question is, when we are studying the present table, when we are studying the present periodic table, what is the importance of those earlier discovery or the scientists, those who have made those tables? Yes, student. That is very important. Those scientists gave the base to the present periodic table. That is very, very important. Question may come. Why we are studying earlier scientists when they are, yes, have been rejected? They are not rejected. Their periodic table, they have given the base to those, yes, newcomers. And finally, Moseley was the scientist who discovered, yes, the complete periodic table with 115 elements. Yes, so earlier discovery, first scientist, yes, shall I start? First scientist, the name is Johann Wolfgang Dobenier. He was a scientist in 1817. He was German. He first laid the foundation of the periodic table by discovering the triads. Triads means 3 elements. Triad elements. He used 3 elements to discover the grouping of elements. Grouping according to their characteristics, according to the properties, according to the atomic masses. Clear? What Dobenier did, he arranged some of the elements. That time elements started with atomic masses. They started discovering, and during those, what he did, he laid the foundation by putting 3 elements, that means triad of 3 elements like chlorine, bromine, iodine. Clear? With the chemical properties and all, and the increasing atomic mass. He arranged them. He arranged like this, like if I am talking about, for example, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Yes, student, and the atomic masses he wrote in front. Now what he did, he found that, yes, very important, he found that the atomic mass of the middle element is the arithmetic mean of the other 2 elements. Again I am repeating, the, yes, atomic mass of the middle element. मिडल, जो बीच वाला एलिमेंट का एटॉमिक मास है, वो एवरेज या अरिथमेटिक मीन निकलेगा फर्स्ट और थर्ड से. कैसे? अगर हम फर्स्ट और थर्ड को ऐड कर दें, यस, और अपॉन 2 करें, बिकॉज हम इसे और इसे ले रहे हैं, एंड 35.5 प्लस 126.9 अपॉन 2, वी गेट द आंसर 81.2. दैट इज अप्रॉक्स. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। लोगों ने कहा यस इट कैन बी पॉसिबल, क्योंकि ये जो आपका आया था दैट मीन्स जरूर कुछ ऐसा हुआ होगा। And accordingly he arranged these elements. So what is the major thing? He arranged the element according to the increasing atomic mass, which has been continued till the modern periodic table. Mendeleev also used this process, phenomena, but mostly discovered according to its atomic number. So increasing atomic mass, if we arranged, what he found that atomic mass of the middle element is the arithmetic mean of the first and third element. So what is the law says? That means Dominion theory, the atomic mass of the middle element of the triad being equal to the arithmetic mean of atomic mass of other two elements. Simple. But what happens? He again tried with this also, lithium, sodium, potassium. He arranged according to its atomic mass, and he again found that first and third element, if we find the mean, the sodium will be 23. That is again correct. But the thing is, demerits. That time, whatever the elements were discovered that time, he tried, but he could not able to arrange other elements according to its triad. The atomic mass was not coming correct. Yes, so this is the demerit. He could not able to found more triads. Yes, of those elements which were discovered that time. He has only, I think, 2 or 3 triads he could able to discover. Yes, and this theory was little bit successful. He laid the foundation. Yes, that atomic mass is the main criteria can be taken to arrange these elements in groups. He grouped actually. See, 3 grouping he did. Yes. Now next, another scientist, very important, the music lover scientist John Newland. John Newland in 1866 was the English scientist, English chemist. What he did, he was music lover, he was playing his piano, and what he found that if we arrange the notes of the music, like in English do, re, mi, fa, in Hindi sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa, but in India will follow sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa. When he arranged these notes, what he found? See, always thinking about this, how to arrange elements accordingly. Yes, what he found, student? Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements. If we write these 7 elements according to the increasing atomic mass, the properties, the 8th element is the repetition of the first element. Always 8th element means, that means there are only 7 notes, 7 octaves. That means only 7 notes were there, and the 8th one, the 8th element shows the properties which is the repetition of the first element. From wherever we start, suppose if I am starting from here, this is beryllium, that is 3. Let's see whether the 8th element comes under 3 or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3 के नीचे क्या आ जाएगा? 8. So 8th element is a repetition of the 3rd element. Repetition, that is periodic. Periodic, that is a regular interval of time. It is coming exactly the same position. And these 2 elements are showing the same properties. And he started arranging this. Suppose if I am starting from here. Okay? Now 6th, consider 1. Starting. It is, suppose dha, that is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 के नीचे क्या आ जाएगा? 8. So from wherever we start, next the 8th element is a repetition of the first one. कोई भी नंबर हो आपका वो उसी के नीचे आएगा. Suppose if I am starting from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See. This is known as Newland law of octaves, that is depending upon the musical notes he discovered, and what he found that every 8th element shows the properties repetition of the first element. Now what his law says? According to his law, when the elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic masses and the properties of the element, that is starting from the given element. Whatever the element you start from, next you start. Okay, starting from जहां से भी आप शुरू कर रहे वहीं से आप 1 ले लोगे और उसका जो नेक्स्ट 8th आएगा वो 1 के नीचे ही आएगा. जहां से आपने फर्स्ट सेकंड जो भी नंबर है उसी के नीचे आपका दूसरा वाला 8th एलिमेंट आ जाएगा. Automatically I have shown you. Right? Starting from the given element is the repetition of the properties of the first element. Properties means properties are matching to that particular element from where you have started. एक बारी और बता रही हूँ देखो. Suppose if I am starting from here, sodium. Clear? 1. इसको मैंने 1 ले लिया. अब आपका 8th एलिमेंट कहाँ आना चाहिए? इसी के नीचे आना चाहिए. कैसे? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. ये देखो. Every 8th element is a repetition of the first element. Magical? Yes, very easy. These scientists were very, very important because they kept on laying the foundation for the discovery of the very large and, yes, periodic table. Yes, so Newland, and what is his disadvantage? Disadvantage, demerit इनका था, he could not able to make 2 or 3 triads, more than that could not be. Now there are again the drawback or the demerit or the anomalies you can say of Newland. Question may come, what are the demerits or disadvantage of Newland law of octaves? First, he said that only 56 elements were known that time and no more discovery could be possible. See, I don't know for what reason he said, but he said only 56 elements were known and no more elements will be discovered later on. But ultimately what found? That many elements were discovered. So this is the first drawback. Okay. Second drawback, his chart, that is his table was, yes, possible till calcium. Till calcium, the properties are repeating and showing the properties. But after calcium, it is not tallying. ये नहीं match कर रहे थे इनके properties. So this is another drawback. Scientists found till calcium everything is fine with, but after calcium, it is not possible. So many disadvantages are there when we are talking about after calcium. The properties are not matching, the masses are not matching. So this is second demerit. Third demerit, 56 elements he arranged in his chart. Right? In his table, here and here I have only till 20 I have arranged, but he arranged 56 elements in his table. Now, some of the properties are 100% matching. But what he did, these are known as slots. These are known as slots. This is one slot, this is second slot. This is how the boxes, which is known as slot. And what he did, he kept 2 elements in the single slot. And the properties are also not matching. So many things are not matching, but could not explain why. Why he kept 2 elements in the same slot could not be explained by the Newland. Like, suppose nickel and cobalt in the same slot. And it has to be placed with the iron, but nickel and cobalt, they are dissimilar property, and he kept in the same slot. Dissimilar properties, elements of the dissimilar properties are kept in the same slot, and similar properties are kept in some other slot. Yes, so nickel and cobalt, one example. Yes, cerium and lanthanum. You can learn nickel and cobalt, one example. So this is another drawback. First drawback, he said that, yes, till calcium the law is not applicable. Till calcium the law is applicable, but after calcium the law is not applicable. Okay, next is, he assumed that only 56 elements existed in nature and no more discovery could be done. But later on, yes, new elements were discovered. Third, he kept 2 elements with dissimilar properties in the same slot and could not explain why. Yes, so that is why his theory was not accepted by the so many scientists, and this has been discarded. But he again laid the foundation till 20, the atomic number according to atomic masses, the properties were tallying. That is where we are saluting the scientist, right? Now the next is Mendeleev periodic table. He was the miraculous. Mendeleev laid the very good foundation of the periodic table, making the base of all this. He arranged his table according to its atomic mass, and so many merits has been formed. Yes, let's start with Mendeleev. Okay, come. Now, Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev, he was a Russian scientist in 1869, put forward the very important chart how to arrange, and that time the 63 elements were known, and he arranged those 63 elements according to its properties, that is the periodic function of the increasing atomic mass. What is the meaning of this? His chart was depending upon the atomic masses. What he did, he arranged all the elements according to the increasing atomic mass, and what he found that all the elements are the periodic functions. Periodic means when they are again coming back here. Suppose if I am starting from hydrogen and then when again coming here, that is lithium. He did not follow those repetition or that, nothing. According to its properties, he just put all those elements that is matching to their properties and according to the increasing atomic mass. Clear? Don't confuse it with Newland. That is the repetition. Here he continuously arranged, and it was found that it was arranged according to the increasing atomic mass, and they are matching their physical and chemical properties with each other. So this is a very important discovery he did with the 63 elements known that time, and he arranged all those elements. He was so intelligent, I am telling you. He, when discovered this, some of the masses were coming quite higher, but it was not able to fit here. But the properties are matching. Maybe he said that if I am increasing and the properties will definitely match with this, suppose here the gap is there. Now he left these gaps for those elements which were not discovered that time. That is boldly he predicted. If those elements were discovered, it has to be placed over here. See the intelligence of the scientist. Yes? So, now modern Mendeleev periodic table, what he says that the properties of the elements are the periodic. Periodic means regular interval of time. After every regular interval, the elements which is falling under this is following the same properties, same chemical as well as physical properties. Yes, so properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their increasing atomic mass. According to their, that means his table was depending upon the atomic mass. Now next is, what are the properties of this table? Now first characteristic, what he did, he made vertical columns. Vertical columns he made, and he made 7 vertical columns. Students, that time the noble gas was not there, and he did not use that noble gas chart. Okay? Now next is groups. There are 7 groups, that is the vertical columns, and the horizontal rows from left to right, he called them periods. Periods. So there are 6 periods. Question may come, how many periods and groups are there in Mendeleev periodic table? There are 8 groups, that is vertical columns, and 6 periods, that is horizontal rows. First characteristic, right? 63 elements were known that time. Second. Third, he left some gaps. Very, very important, student. He left some gap in his periodic table which would be discovered later on, those elements, and he boldly predicted the existence of some element that had not been discovered that time. That time it was not discovered, and he left some gaps under those elements. And he boldly predicted whenever it will discover, it has to be placed under this, and he gave the symbol. उन्होंने एक सिंबल दे दिया कि अगर वो डिस्कवर होंगे और जहां मैं एका लिख के जा रहा हूं उसी के नीचे प्लेस कर दीजिएगा. लाइक सपोज उन्होंने लिख दिया एका एल्यूमिनियम, मैं यहाँ पे एका एल्यूमिनियम लिख के जा रहा हूं. एका एल्यूमिनियम मीन्स एल्यूमिनियम के एक नीचे, एका दैट इज अ संस्कृत वर्ड, एकादश, द्वादश, त्रयोदश, सो एका शायद उन्होंने वहां से एका वर्ड लिया होगा। यस, सो एका एल्यूमिनियम मतलब एग्जैक्ट एल्यूमिनियम के एक डिब्बे के नीचे। एंड जब वो डिस्कवर हुआ गैलियम, एक का एल्यूमिनियम के एग्जैक्ट नीचे गैलियम यूज वहीं पे फिट हुआ, इट फिटेड ओवर देयर एंड द प्रॉपर्टीज वर मैचिंग विद दैट ऑफ एल्यूमिनियम। सी द मैजिकल थिंग। एंड द नेक्स्ट इज अनदर एग्जांपल, बोरॉन। बोरॉन के नीचे एका बोरॉन, हियर एका बोरॉन, this is the gap. Now scandium, eka boron, and this scandium fit there only under the boron. Yes, and next is eka silicon, that is germanium. Eka silicon, here it is carbon silicon, and next is germanium. You can check in your periodic table. So this is the magical thing about the periodic table of Mendeleev, and he put A, B, A, B, and he arranged wherever the properties are matching, and he was not getting the element. उन्हें जब element नहीं मिल रहा था, वो जगह जगह गैप छोड़ते जा रहे थे कि कभी भी डिस्कवर होंगे तो वहीं पे फिट हो जाएंगे, ठीक है। और उन्होंने A में A, B इस तरीके से दो दो लाइन में प्रॉपर्टीज मैच होती गई। सपोज ए वाली प्रॉपर्टी मैच हो रही तो ए में रख दिया, जैसे ये कॉपर सिल्वर ये बी में रख दिए गए। तो जिनके जिनके प्रॉपर्टीज मैच होते गए ना, उन्हीं को उन्होंने उसके नीचे नीचे डालते गए, ठीक है। एंड क्या हो गया, प्रॉपर्टीज भी मैच हो गई और एटॉमिक मास भी इंक्रीज होता चला जा रहा था। यस, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। एंड उसके ऊपर देखोगे आपके पीरियोडिक टेबल आपके बुक में होगा RO R2O इस तरीके से दिया गया। उन्होंने कहा अगर इनके ऑक्साइड्स एंड हाइड्राइड्स बनेंगे तो क्या होगा, फॉर्मूला ये आएगा। R मीन्स एनी सिंबल ऑफ द एलिमेंट, एनी सिंबल ऑफ द कोई भी एलिमेंट का अगर हम सिंबल ले लें, सपोज यहाँ पे मैंने कार्बन ले लिया, कार्बन R, तो अगर मैं फर्स्ट वाले ग्रुप से करूंगी तो मेरा R2O आएगा, ठीक है। अब जैसे मैंने कहा R की जगह Li ले लो, Li2O, करेक्ट, Na2O, Na2O, K2O, Rb2O, दिस इज, उन्होंने कहा दिस इज द ऑक्साइड विल फॉर्म। एंड RH 1 वैलेंसी, तो RH, NaH हाइड्रोजन 1, सोडियम 1, KH K1। सो उन्होंने यहाँ पे बोल्डली इस चीज को लिख दिया, अगर इनके ऑक्साइड और ये बनेंगे तो फॉर्मूला यही आएगा। दिस इज द यस स्टैंडर्ड, स्टैंडर्ड RO दैट मीन्स BeO, MgO, CaO, सी, करेक्ट। और इन्होंने तब कहा था, बाद में जब चेकआउट हुआ एग्जैक्टली यही फॉर्मूला बना। RH2, सो MgH2, Mg ने 2 दे दिया हाइड्रोजन को, हाइड्रोजन का 1, सो मैग्नीशियम हाइड्राइड, हाइड्राइड HYDRIDE, so he made the oxide and hydride. He tried all these oxides and hydrides with all these elements and he gave this, and this formula has been given on top of his table. You can check in your book. This is again very very important. This is the property of his periodic table, that he found the oxide and hydride. Yes, he put forward towards the world that this is the periodic table, and it was really appreciated by all the scientists that yes, this is the chart we can use. But when they started using, student, atomic number has been discovered that time. जब एटॉमिक नंबर डिस्कवर हुआ, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आए, प्रोटॉन्स आए, काफी कुछ डिस्कवर हुआ, तो दैट टाइम यस has been, there are a little bit demerits were there, कुछ demerits आ गए जिससे कि मेंडलीव नोबेल प्राइज लेते लेते रह गए। Yes, क्यों? What are those disadvantages? What are those demerits? Why it has been come? We will discuss right now. 3 disadvantages are there in your syllabus, so I'll discuss with those 3 only. Right? Now, first disadvantage. Yes, student. First disadvantage, the position of isotopes were not cleared. Now, isotope. What are isotopes? Isotopes are the elements having same atomic number but different atomic mass. Now, this is the thing discovered. Isotope जब discover हुए, ठीक है, like if I say hydrogen, 1 atomic number, 1 mass. 1 atomic number 2 mass, 1 atomic number 3 mass. So protium, deuterium, tritium. These are the name. Now isotopes has been discovered, which shows that some of the elements having same atomic number but they have different atomic masses also. And 3, 2 like this in this form they are existed on this earth. Like for example hydrogen, atomic number is same but the mass numbers are different. This is one example. Second example we can call about chlorine, 1735. Wait, leave chlorine. Carbon, carbon 6, that is carbon 612 and carbon 614. 2 atomic masses are there. So the thing is, if the atomic masses are different, then in periodic table he arranged according to its mass number, according to increasing atomic mass. So hydrogen should get three positions. Hydrogen should get 3 positions, but he has given only 1 position to the hydrogen and could not explain why. 3 पोजीशन मिलने चाहिए थे क्योंकि उसके 3 एटॉमिक मास होते हैं और इसका मास के अकॉर्डिंग अरेंज था, तो इसे 3 जगह मिलनी चाहिए थी, जबकि इन्होंने सिर्फ 1 हाइड्रोजन को एक ही जगह दी. क्लियर. नेक्स्ट इज कार्बन. कार्बन 12 में भी होना चाहिए था, 14 में भी होना चाहिए था, बट ही हैज गिवन ओनली 1 पोजीशन. 2 जगह कार्बन को 12 मास नंबर पे रखा गया बट 14 में नहीं रखा गया. So these are all different anomalies. That is, first anomaly, the position of isotopes was not clear. Second is wrong order of atomic mass. Properties उसके मैच हो रहे थे, but atomic mass जब बाद में चेक करा गया, किसी का ज्यादा जो पहले आ गया और जो the atomic mass that is having less atomic mass comes later. Suppose for example wrong order of atomic mass का example लो. Suppose he arranged according to the increasing atomic mass. Some of them उन्होंने क्या करा था, properties तो मैच हो गई, तो atomic mass उन्होंने आगे पीछे कर दिया और उन्होंने नहीं बताया क्यों. Like suppose argon is 40 and potassium is 39.9. आर्गन पहले आ रहा है 40 और पोटेशियम बाद में आ रहा है, जबकि पोटेशियम का एटॉमिक मास क्या है 39.9 which is less. तो it has to be come earlier but could not explain why कि इन्होंने बाद में क्यों करा. लेकिन बात तो यही समझ आ रही है कि आर्गन वाली लाइन में आर्गन की प्रॉपर्टीज मैच हो रही थी उसके पूरे नोबल गैस के साथ. ठीक है, शायद इसलिए उन्होंने उस पर पुट कर दिया, लेकिन एटॉमिक मास उनका प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी. सो ही कुड नॉट एक्सप्लेन व्हाई. दिस इज अगेन द demerit. And the last one, that is position of hydrogen, was not explained. Hydrogen having the atomic number 1, electron 1, proton 1, valency 1, so group number is 1, and it has 1 valency positive, can gain, can lose. It can be a metal, can be a non-metal. अगर हम ये चीज सोचे तो इसे फिर यहाँ क्यों रखा गया? इसे नॉन मेटल में रखना चाहिए था कि नहीं? नॉन मेटल में रखना चाहिए था. दैट इज ग्रुप 17. 7 को कितने चाहिए? 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए, तो इसे यहाँ न रख के यहाँ पे तो चलो 1 पॉजिटिव रख दिया, फाइन, ये समझ आ गई, बट यहाँ क्यों नहीं रखा? वहां भी तो रख सकते थे. So not being explained. Position of isotopes not explained. Position of, yes, बोलो. Position of hydrogen could not be explained, and wrong order of atomic mass. ये 3 आपके आएंगे और जैसे ये तीनों की डिस्कवरी हो गई, करेक्ट आ गया. So the new modern periodic table has been discovered by Moseley. इन्होंने कुछ नहीं करा, अपने एटॉमिक नंबर के अकॉर्डिंग एलिमेंट्स को उन्होंने अरेंज कर दिया. एलिमेंट्स वे अरेंज्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू द इंक्रीजिंग एटॉमिक नंबर, एंड जब एटॉमिक नंबर के अकॉर्डिंग हुआ तो मास से हमें कोई लेना देना नहीं है. कार्बन का एटॉमिक नंबर 6 था तो 6 पे ही था. हाइड्रोजन के एटॉमिक नंबर 1 है तो 1 पे ही आ गया. ठीक है. सो दिस हैज बीन करेक्टेड बाय यूजिंग मोज़ले पीरियोडिक टेबल. That is modern periodic table which we are studying till date. Correct, student? So Moseley, and what is his property? He has discovered 18 elements, 18 groups and 7 periods. This is very important between Mendeleev and modern. That is 7 periods and 18 groups has been discovered. and all the demerits of Mendeleev has been cleared off by discovering with the atomic number. So what is his law says? He ditto same law है, instead of atomic mass periodic Mendeleev का उन्होंने सिर्फ atomic number कर दिया. The properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic number. एक लॉ याद कर लोगे, दोनों याद हो जाएंगे. मेंडलीफ में आप एटॉमिक मास लिखोगे और यहाँ पे आप एटॉमिक नंबर नोट करोगे. Clear? So very important these laws are. What are the demerits? What are the discoveries? And different scientists have used different patterns of these discoveries of the periodic table. Yes, student. Next class, I will start with trends in periods and groups. Very, very important. Don't miss. This is only for discovery I have talked about. Clear? And then I'll go with a session of questions. Yes, student. Thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe and keep going with me. Thank you so much, student. God bless.